The first recipe of this video is going to be chocolate overnight Weetabix. These are going to be protein Weetabix. They're absolutely delicious. They're so handy if you have work or school the next morning and you just need to have a really quick, delicious and filling breakfast. I make these quite often when I'm at school as I really like them. So firstly, crumble up 2 Weetabix and then just put them into any container you like. I just break them up with my hands and then spread them out. And then what you're going to do to make it sort of like a cheesecake base is add water to it and then mix it together and press it down, because you're going to have this as your bottom layer and then the yogurt as the top layer. So just mix it and press it down. You can use milk if you want to, but I'd rather use water. And then you can set that aside while we make the yogurt filling. So for the yogurt filling, you're going to use 150 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt. This is the Greek yogurt from Aldi's. And then 20 grams of any protein powder. I like to use this chocolate one from Home Bargains. You can, of course, make vanilla or any other flavour that you like, but this is just what I'm doing. So add 20 grams of that into your yogurt and give it a good mix together. Make sure there is no powder left. And then pour the yogurt and protein powder mixture on top of your Weetabix. Just dollop it on there and then spread it all out, making sure it's evenly distributed. And then it looks like this. And you can, of course, leave it just like this and eat it like this in the morning. But to add a little bit more yumminess to it, I like to add some choc shot. These are my 2 favourite sauces. I either do the raspberry one, which is what I'm doing today, or the fudge one. So I add 5 grams of that, or 6 grams in this case. And this totals at 326 calories. You put the lid on, leave it in the fridge, and your breakfast is done in the morning, and it's so good. For my second breakfast idea is going to be a delicious smoothie bowl. These are perfect for the summer and they're a really good way of getting in some fruit. Firstly, to your blender cup, add in 80 grams of frozen blueberries, followed by 50 grams of frozen mango, and then 40 grams of frozen raspberries. Now add in a whole small apple. You don't need to cut it up too small, just cut it into quite thick slices as your blender will do most of the work. Now add in some protein powder. I'm using 30 grams of the Protein World's Vanilla Ice Cream protein powder. It's my favourite. Add in some yogurt to this as well for some extra creaminess. And finally, to blend it all up, add in some cold water. You can use almond milk if you want to, but I just prefer to use water sometimes. Now you can just put it into your blender base and watch the magic happen. You just need to keep an eye on it really. Make sure that you don't overblend it, but of course you don't want it to be lumpy. This is how mine turned out. Of course, with the smoothie bowl, you want it to be nice and thick so you can eat it with a spoon. If you do want it runnier, just simply add more water. Now you can pour it out into your bowl and smooth it all out. Look at this colour, it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can leave it like that if you want to, or add any toppings you like. I like to add in some of this granola. It's from Morrison's, just for a little bit of texture. I added 15 grams of that on top, and look at the finished result. This is so good. It's really delicious, and it's a really good way of getting in your fruits. Perfect for the summer. For the third breakfast idea in this video is going to be chocolate protein porridge. You can of course make porridge on the stove in the saucepan, but I'm just going to be using this sachet of porridge. It's just so much easier and quicker for me on school mornings. So you simply just empty the oats out into a bowl, and then where the milk line is, you can fill it up with milk or water. I'm just using water today, but I do use milk sometimes. Then you just give that a little mix together and pop it into the microwave for about 2 minutes, depending on how hot your microwave is, and then give it a stir and just check on it. Now you can add in a whole scoopful of any protein powder you like. I'm using the chocolate one from Home Bargains. And I'm also going to add in 40 grams of frozen raspberries. I'm using frozen raspberries because I find that fresh ones just go really quite soggy because the porridge is obviously so hot, and the frozen ones just melt lovely. This is the finished result. It's a really basic breakfast, to be honest, but it's really good, especially when you're running low on time. For the fourth and my personal favourite recipe in this video is going to be crepes. These are really low in calories compared to any other crepes that you can make, and especially compared to shop bought ones. They taste really yummy too. So firstly, get yourself a jug and add in 33 grams of self-raising flour, followed by 16 grams of any protein powder. I'm using the Vanilla Protein World one. And now for the egg whites. Honestly, don't be put off by using egg whites. You can't tell that they're in there. You're going to add 72 grams of egg whites to this. Next, add in 67 millilitres of almond milk. Of course, you can use other milk, but almond is really low. And then add in 67 ml of water and give this a really good mix together with a whisk. And now you can pour it into your pan. This is my first time of making these actually when I filmed this video. So yeah, they didn't go as planned to start with. But just basically pour the mixture into a hot frying pan and allow it to cook. And now you can make your filling. For the filling, add 75 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt to a bowl. Then add in 25 grams of any fruit that you like, mango or blueberries. I'm using blueberries in this video. And then just put it in the middle of your crepe and then fold it in half and then half again, so fold it in quarters, flip it over and display them on your plate however you like. These are so yummy. I really recommend that you try them. This is probably my favourite recipe in this whole video. They were so delicious. The fifth and final breakfast recipe that I'm going to show you in this video is going to be egg muffins. These are perfect for meal prep and they're really yummy, especially for people who don't like eggs, like myself. I really like having these. So firstly, get yourself a jug and add in 4 eggs and then season it with some black pepper and sea salt. And also add in just a little tiny splash of milk and give it a mix together until it looks like this. Next, get out a chopping board and you can add turkey rashers, lean bacon, whatever kind of bacon you like, bacon medallions. I would normally use bacon medallions, but we didn't have any, so I'm just using this stuff and cutting away all of the fat. Now heat up a frying pan and spray it, and then begin to cook your bacon. Then you can slice up your other vegetables. I'm going to add in 5 cherry tomatoes, a few mushrooms, and then also some bell pepper. The great thing about these egg muffins is you can customise them with whatever vegetables you'd like, but this is what I'm doing today. These are the silicone bacon muffins that I'm using. Of course, you can just put them into a normal muffin tray in the oven, but I'm not going to use the oven today. I'm just using the Ninja. So yeah, these are the cases. They're really good. They're from Wilko's. So fill your muffin cases up about halfway because you want to leave room to add in your delicious filling. Make sure the bacon is almost cooked through and then just spoon it right into the egg mixture in your muffin cases. Make sure it doesn't get too filled up because they might overflow. This is how they're looking before I put them into the Ninja. So in they go, and it's really just a case of checking them. I put them in for 10 minutes on 160 degrees, and this is how they turned out. They're really yummy. They're perfect for meal prep. They're very customizable with whatever vegetables you'd like to have in there. You can always put in there. But yeah, these are really good.